Do you want to know the difference between that high achiever in your class and you? This is something I've been thinking about recently, and I went to a conference yesterday. Got the opportunity to talk with a lot of people that are really doing a lot of stuff, suffice to say. Yeah, one guy is running an entire project. He has money, he has investors, he has stakeholders, and he's building a solar-powered car. It's just a model, but it's something. And that guy, I was thinking, if that guy ever wanted a job, if he ever applied, he has that on his resume, that as a research project, beside his school, aside from what he was doing in school, in university, he has this whole research project on the side that he's been doing. And so he is qualified for any job that he applies to, and he's probably the first person that they'll pick. And then I look at myself, and I think, what do I have that this guy doesn't beat me in? And I don't have much. I think it's important that you evaluate your life, you reevaluate your life. Reevaluate what you've done, reevaluate what you do every day. What do you do every day? Why did you click on this video? Was it just because it showed up in your feed? Have you been binging YouTube videos recently? This is just another one that popped up in your feed and you thought, oh, that's interesting title, I think I'm gonna click on this. What have you been doing for the past 2, 3, 4 hours? Watching YouTube, playing video games, watching anime? Be honest with yourself. Is there something you should be doing right now, but you're not doing it? You're just delaying it? Watching this video? Watching other videos? This is what I realized. The difference between those high achievers in our classes that are running a million things at the same time. These are the guys that they have a research project that they're doing on top of school. And I can barely manage to get an A in a class. And this dude's getting an A while also having a research project that he's running alongside his classes. These are the guys that they run their own clubs. They're the club president. They manage funds. They have a million things going on in their lives that they handle every week, every month. And the crazy thing is, they still find time to volunteer at the food bank or the local hospital on the weekends. How? And I think this is the crucial difference here. The difference between you and that high achiever, that guy that you envy so much, or girl, is that they spend their free time on these projects, on these related projects, related to their school, related to their interests. And what do you spend your free time on? I can't really speak for you, but I can speak for myself. Over the past 4 years, my free time was devoted to gaming. Playing games, getting better at games. And there's not much Sometimes you can justify playing games to yourself. That I'm gonna go pro one day. Do you know how much pro gamers play? Do you know just how much games they play? They play for 16 hours a day. They wake up, they game, and then they go to sleep. They wake up, game, and go to sleep. I'm sure it's not that intense, but some of the best pro gamers, that's what they do. And sometimes we trick ourselves into thinking that, I'm going to be a pro gamer one day, when it's just not feasible. Can you put in that amount of hours into your game? If you really wanted to be a pro gamer, you would find a way to put in more hours than your competition. And not just game every Saturday all the way into the morning at 4 a.m. You can apply that logic to anything. If you really wanted to be a YouTuber, you wouldn't be sitting here watching YouTube videos. You would be recording your own YouTube video. These are just excuses. You get the point. These are just excuses. At the end of the day, that fundamental difference still lies. That these high achievers, these guys that we envy, that we're jealous of, that seem to have flourishing social lives, they talk to everyone, they have friends, the difference is what they do in their free time, what they fill their life with. What they fill their life with. They fill their life with stuff that's related to what they're studying, that's interesting, that looks interesting on a resume. And what do we do? Talk to these people genuinely, like that. You acknowledge that they're nice people, that they have a lot of friends, right? So why can't you talk to them? It shouldn't be so bad. They'll be very nice. I promise. They'll be very nice to you. And if they aren't, there's always the next guy or the next girl. Talk to them. Ask them what they do. Ask them what their fears are. Ask them how they deal with imposter syndrome, how they deal with perfectionism. Ask them how they deal with the problems that you're having in your own life. They'll give you a good answer. They've been there. They know what they're doing. Sorry, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. In the same way that you don't know what you're doing. And that's okay. Be realistic with yourself. I think that's the... I was trying to go in a different direction, sorry. Let me reset. Talk to these people. Talk to them, ask them how they deal with the common problems that you deal with. Whether it be time management. I don't have time management skills. Ask them. How do you deal with time management? Or do you have any time management skills? Ask them how they deal with their course load. Ask them anything that you've been struggling with recently. Ask them about it. And they'll give you a good answer. They'll give you a better answer. Because you're actually talking to someone in person. You're talking to someone you know in IRL. And you'll realize something. My point here is that you'll realize something. you realize something very important. So important. You'll realize they're people too. They're people just like you and me. They have the same issues, the same worries. They get lost binging TikTok as well. They get lost binging YouTube as well. They have the same problems as we do. They binge games. They sit down they sit down in the winter and they play a whole game. And if they have all your problems and they're able to do what they do, that means you can do it too. It's not easy. And that's the point. It's hard. It's difficult to be proactive, to talk to people, to network, to get to know people personally, not nominally. And that's why most people won't do it. Most people won't go out of their way to talk to people that are in their degree, in the field that they're interested in. Most people won't go out of their way to do that. Get advice from people, IRL, like actual talking face to face with people. Most people won't do that. And if you can do that, then you'll be better than most people. If only 1%. You'll make your life better by 1%. And if you keep doing it, if you keep trying, that 1% compounds. It's a slow compounding rate, obviously. 1% compounding is not that great. But believe me, 1 year from now you'll look back and you'll be surprised at the progress you've made. Take on projects. Take on projects you're interested in. Join clubs. Join clubs that are working on things that you like, you're interested in, but you're too scared to join. Do something scary. Today, if you can. If not today, then tomorrow. Within the next 24 hours, do something that you find scary. And if you do that, tell me how it went.